This is a story about a man and his vision. This is a story about perseverance and excellence. This is a story about family, commitment, hard work, and success. This is the story of Stevens Transport. The year was 1980. Fans of the TV show Dallas wanted to know who shot JR. The Blues Brothers, Smokey and the Bandit 2, 9 to 5, and Airplane were big hits at the box office.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
And the miracle on ice occurred when the U.S. defeated Russia in hockey at the Olympics. 1980 was the year we elected Ronald Reagan as our new president. 1980 was the beginning of a new decade, but it was also a year of harsh economic realities. The inflation rate was 13.6%. Interest rates were more than 21%. The Dow Jones was just 963, and unemployment was at its highest level in 25 years. 1980 was the beginning of a new era, but it was certainly not the best time to start a new business, unless your name was Steve Aaron and your dream was Stevens Transport. Against the advice of business advisors and friends, and despite a difficult economy, Steve Aaron founded Stevens Transport in 1980. Alongside a few trusted associates, they began operation with just 13 trucks in a small terminal on Highway 80 in Mesquite, Texas. Stevens Transport quickly became a profitable, growing company. By 1982, they had expanded to 25 trucks and had started working with larger companies like M&M Mars. 1984 was the year Todd Aaron joined the company. Todd, now the vice chairman, will generate tremendous sales growth and develop partnerships and innovations that will shape the company's future. 2 years later, we expanded into Canada for the first time. And that same year, Stevens Transport buys the very first T600A Kenworth off the PACCAR assembly line. This truck would change the industry forever. Propelled by their amazing growth, in 1990, Stevens Transport moves into their new corporate headquarters at 9757 Military Parkway. Today, this beautiful 70-acre facility houses an 80,000 square foot corporate center and a 250,000 square foot maintenance facility. 1991 saw two great additions. Angela Aaron Horowitz joined the company in the customer service division, and the Stevens Driving Academy was opened as well. Angela, who will become Vice President of Driver Resources, will oversee one of the largest CDL training centers in the country. Clay Aaron, the youngest of Steve's children, joins the company in the brokerage department in 1992. Clay's leadership role will steadily grow, and he will ultimately serve as the company's president. 1994 was a historic year for the company. Todd Aaron created the Stevens Intermodal Division by establishing partnerships with the railroads of North America. And that same year, Todd Aaron helped the company to expand services into Mexico. In 1997, the contractor division is started. Since then, they have helped more than 10,000 men and women begin their own independent businesses. The turn of the century began the roaring 2000s for Stevens Transport. During this period, they experienced record growth and profitability. Done without acquisition, this was unprecedented in the transportation industry. And just as revenue was increasing, so did the recognition. During the 2000s, Stevens Transport became the most awarded refrigerated carrier in the United States. By 2005, the Stevens Driving Academy had trained and graduated more than 20,000 new drivers, making it one of the largest and most successful CDL training centers in U.S. history. In 2010, annual revenue exceeds $500 million. We've become one of America's largest and most successful trucking and full-service logistics companies. The year 2014 was a record setter. Annual revenue reached nearly $700 million. And Stevens Transport continues to maintain one of the lowest operating ratios of any major carrier. Stevens Transport is universally recognized as America's premier refrigerated carrier. But this company is more than just trucks.
Gratification of our accomplishments is one. and number two, it's a puzzle. So every day we work on putting together this 1,000-piece puzzle, and before we leave, we throw it up in the air and start over the next day.
I think at the end of the day, it's all about helping people.
It's exciting. It's exciting to see a new generation come in.
You know, we come from a working background family.
Actually, I started when I was about 13 years old. I started, my dad would bring me out here in the summers to work. I worked in the shop, I worked in operations, answering phones.
I enjoy having my kids here.
We care about people and everybody, and we're here early and stay late. We work every Saturday, and I think people respect our work ethic. I'm working for pride, and frankly, I don't have that many outside hobbies, and this really is my hobby, so I enjoy it.
But this company is more than just trucks. This company is also 4,000 men and women who work hard every day to provide exceptional service to our customers. That's the story of Stevens Transport.